I could not have written No Longer Slaves without pouring my heart into the students of the school.
Mm,
And the reason behind that is we do at the school, the first week of the school, we call the Father Week. And I
mm,
get to teach that week on the Father heart of God and the love of the Father, and that whole
mm,
idea that God's been waiting since before creation to hear our song. And
mm,
it was 2000, we recorded No Longer Slaves in 2014. But
mm,
2011, it was our fourth school, and we're in Father Week, and we're having this time of ministry. I've just poured like my just poured my heart out about who the Father is, and we're having this
mm,
time of ministry. And as it's coming to a close, I spontaneously sing from the back of the room. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I'm a child of God. And
mm,
the whole school begins to sing it we sing it for like
mm.
20 minutes. Some of the students are standing on their chairs, tears coming down their faces. We're just singing this truth. I'm no longer slaves to fear. We're the children of God. And the students begin to shout out their identity, who God says they are. They picked up their sword of courage and pointed it at the face of fear. And that time comes to a close. A year goes by. Nobody sings that song for a year. We get the Father Week 2012. I'm pouring my heart out into the students. And all of a sudden, I remember that thing we had sang last year. We sing it again. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I'm a child of God. Sing it for 15 minutes. The Lord shows up in a crazy way. Another year goes by. 2013, Father Week again. The song comes out again. This time, this is why I'm so grateful I have a wife. She, at the end of that week, she goes, babe, every time you sing that chorus, like things change in the room, and the love of the Father like walks into the room. She's like, you have to put lyrics around that song. Um, and so for 3 years, this song, like the roots of a tree, was hidden deep into the ground. No one saw it. Um, and and I think if you want to write songs for the church, you need to learn how to pour your heart into the church and lay down your life for the church. That doesn't mean it has to be it doesn't be a church of thousands and thousands. This is just a
Mm,
small little school, but it was learning how to pour my heart into a generation gave me the authority to sing over a generation. Um,
woo, okay.
and so yeah, and yeah, I'm just so grateful. And that kind of goes back to that date moment that me and Melissa had. Like, if I had just chosen to be a worship leader and be on the stage and never actually get off the stage and get in the trenches in people's life and be a part of their journey, I don't think I would have had the authority to write a song like that.
Mm, mm. Wow,
Yeah.
that's powerful.
And
What is so?
I think learning how to live in the tension,
Mm,
um, the church, I love that thing where it's like, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, because that's what the world needs. People that have come alive. They need that resurrection. And I think it's okay to ask yourself what the church needs, but it's like, what
mm,
makes you like get in the trenches and like live in the tension and find the
mm,
resurrection and begin to write out of that place, because that's what the church needs, people that are alive.
mm. Gosh, find the resurrection. That's powerful.
But to get resurrection, you got to go through a death. So, uh, and I don't mean that in a heavy way. I just mean like in that. I mean, we had, man, our first few schools were just there were so many moments where like, what are we doing? Like, just so many failures. It was such a humble beginning. We had 6 students at our school, our first school, and like just so many. We were just figuring it out. And I know, like in the humility, in the nitty gritty, like our roots are going deep.